world of WISR. I'm your host, CCR Sinister, and if you've just stepped out of the cockpit, caught your breath, and if you're still replaying that last race in your head, you're in the right place. This is where we slow things down after the chaos, break down the battles, the strategy, and the moments that decide the race, and even a few things that the drivers wish they could take back. And of course, I'm not doing this alone. Joining me tonight, your Season 5 VTA Trans Am champion, CCR Russ Wheeler.
Howdy.
Also joining us, one of the toughest competitors on any WISR race night grid, and also a WISR admin, CCR Rowdy Burns.
Good evening, everybody.
All right, gentlemen, let's get down to it. We're coming into our Manufacturers Cup. We are really excited. I think that's going to be a really good boost for the group. We're taking the tuning completely out of the vintage Trans Am stuff, and we're going right into BOP, man versus man, machine versus machine, one versus one, Manufacturers Cup style racing. Rolling into a 12-week championship, racing every Sunday. This is going to be a really, really good, promising series. So you can see the schedule posted up on us now. And then
tough tracks.
Yes, very much so. Spa, Laguna, Suzuka, Nürburgring, Mount Panorama, Fuji, Daytona Infield, Watkins Glen, Alsace, Sardinia, Kyoto, and rounding out the absolute last race, Autopolis. But we've got a good mix. A lot of these races are actually based off of IMSA rules and the IMSA, time slot, if you will, which is going to add, a nice version of realism, I believe. What do you guys think?
I think it's going to be a pretty interesting season. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of the seasons that we should all be looking forward to. I mean, this is going to
a lot faster than a GR3 car.
It'll show what kind of drivers we really have. I mean, you took tuning away. It's a different ball game.
Oh, you said it perfectly. I mean, it's all in the driver's hands now. We're going to see, who is the best all around. And not only in this series do we have to, worry about who's the best, at laying down the fastest lap, but racecraft really comes into play with these longer endurance races, the kind that we run here, and the multiple tire compound changes. So a lot of strategy. There's going to be a lot of planning, a lot of practice is going to go into this. And I really think you're going to see a lot of drivers that may have struggled with VTA and some of our other classes that require to do a little tuning really excel. If you guys had to pick one track out of the 12, which track do you think is going to be the toughest track overall?
Nürburgring.
I think Nuremberg overall. Just because if you haven't ran it and you don't have it down, it's a hard track to learn. If you put your time in and you know the track, it's not a bad track. It's actually a pretty easy track to run once you get it down. But I don't know.
8 or 10 corners as compared to 20 is quite. I don't
know
how many corners.
But for a challenge, really, Suzuka is one of the hardest challenges.
I would agree.
Just the passing opportunities, those S corners, they really can get you on those S corners.
It's one of my favorite places to race.
And it's one of my weakest. Whereas Panorama's one of my best, and it's my favorite. But it'll eat you up. I mean, none of these tracks are going to be a walk in the park. I mean, weather involved, time change involved, tires involved, fuel involved. There's going to be some strategies.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to it. Now we want to talk really quick about our race night procedures, because we've been getting quite a few questions on how we're going to run the lobbies, what time the lobbies open, the whole format. So, as you can see on the screen now, lobbies open at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure that you know what time zone you're in and how to correlate that to the time zone that the lobbies are hosted in. So at 6 o'clock p.m. again, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, open practice. That gives guys time for car setup adjustments. Lets us know who's in the lobby, who we're missing. We can cross-reference our list versus who may be running late. But you'll get 50 minutes to an hour of open track time. We are going to try to call a driver's meeting at 6:50 p.m. Central Standard Time or 7:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will go over race rules, procedures, and kind of get everything, make sure we have everybody in the chats. And then qualifying will kick off 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the dot. These are 60-minute endurance races. It's a Sunday evening. We have guys that got to get up early and go to work and things like that. So, we want to get in, get stuff done, and get moved on. So, that's pretty well how our lobbies on a regular night are going to format. The only thing that changes with what we're doing for GR3 and GR4 as far as manufacturer's cup is when it comes to qualifying. So we are going to break the qualifying groups into GR3 and GR4 qualifying groups. Each lobby for that particular qualifying group will be labeled as such. GR3 qualifying group, GR4 qualifying group. So you will go in, you will practice with your group and qualify with your group. After qualifying, we will take screenshots of the results, and the top 8 from each category will go into race A. So the remaining drivers, if you're not in the top 8, you will go to race B. So there will be 2 separate races. How we will score the points. You will score points for your class only. Where you finish overall on the grid does not matter. It is where you finish in your relative class. So if you're in a GR3 car and you happen to come in 12th place, you're the last place GR3 car, you will get 8th place points for GR3. Likewise for GR4 all the way down. Lobby 2. So we're only taking 8 drivers from each category into the top lobby. Lobby 2 will be 9th through whatever we wind up with. How you finish in lobby 2 will determine where you finish overall. So if you are, if we wind up with 12 or 13 GR4 cars and we wind up with 5 drivers in the second race, you will be racing for those, last couple of positions. The highest you could possibly advance would be 9th place. You cannot get any higher than 9th place. So points would fall in the second lobby from 9th on back, just the way that it is stipulated in the Discord chat. So if you have any questions with that, please refer to the Discord chat. But myself will be one of your admins in the lobbies. Russ and Rowdy will also be monitoring everything, as well as Havoc and Turkey. That's our admin team, and us 5 will all be working together to make sure that everything runs nice and smooth, and any and all questions get asked. So, Russ, do you want to talk to us really quick about how we're going to run the chat system?
We're going to run, we'll have a main chat for everybody for drivers meetings. To begin with, during practice stuff, we'll just have one main chat for everybody to be into. Once we get ready to start qualifying, we will separate those chats. Group 4 will have their own chat. Group 3s will have their own chats. That way we don't get the cross over from each group, and it's not so many people trying to talk if we're having while qualifying. As soon as we're done qualifying, we'll all jump back into the main chat. go over the, positions where everybody goes. And then for the race, we will split it back up for lobby A, lobby B. So you won't have that cross reference with a bunch of people talking in another race that you're not even involved with. It'll really cut down some of that, because you're going to pass somebody and they're like, hey, I'm coming on the inside of you. You don't know if it's your lobby or the other lobby. So that's why we have to separate it during qualifying, during races.
Great
And
points. Great points.
And as far as chat goes, I mean, some guys talk while they race, some guys don't. Don't take offense if people don't talk to you.
I don't talk to a soul. I
Nope.
turn it up because I like to hear engines and
Don't care if
tires.
you mute yourself and just, we want to be able, the idea with the chat is for race control. So that should something happen on track or we have to restart lobbies for any reason, again, we're dealing with the internet connection. These things can go down at any time. So trying to get everybody back, coalesce, where they need to go and keep things running in a timely manner is the ultimate goal and the reason why we try to push the chat so much. So that should pretty well wrap up what we've got going on with the Manufacturers Cup. Again, that will be kicking off this weekend. The driver sign up list, not to confuse anybody, that is not set in stone. That is just a good idea of where everybody is at right now. The sign-ups are still open. They will be open until 24 hours before the race. So, if anybody out there that may happen to see this, before race time wants to get in, you still have time up until 24 hours until the race night lobby open. So,
and one thing with that, I mean, right now we don't have 16 on either side, but if we end up with more than 16, we'll split that group up for qualifying.
Absolutely.
To make it so that way there's close to an even amount on each side. So you're not going to have 16 in one lobby and one guy in another lobby running by himself. So
Absolutely.
if we need to, we'll split it up so it works that way.
Very good point. Very good point. And then, so that takes care of everything for Manufacturers Cup. Let's touch on the Street Chaos series coming up that's going to be running on Wednesdays. Russ and Rowdy, y'all run us through that series really quick.
So, Street Chaos, it is what it says it is. We have a wheel with every track. So at 6:30 on the night of Wednesday night, we're going to spin the wheel for the track at 6:30. So you don't even know what track you're going to race on. Then at 6:40, and this is Central Standard Time, this is CST. At 6:40, we'll spin the wheel that has every single street car in the game in it. Whatever car comes up, that's the car we're racing at that track. It's going to be medium tires, no tire wear, no fuel. At 7 o'clock, we'll open the lobby, 10 minutes of practice, 10 minutes of qualifying, and then 30 minutes of racing. We do have one caveat to it on that: if the race is extremely lopsided, we will respin for a different car. If for some reason we end up with a high horsepower car at Tsukuba, we'll respin for a different car. Otherwise, every car that's available in the game that's not in Legends, not in used cars, not a race car, and not an invite only. If it's available to purchase right now, it's in there. And you can tell by that size of that wheel right there that there is a lot of cars. And there's a lot of tracks.
And 129 cars.
And it's one time. When we pick that car's gone. The next car will be, it'll be off that wheel. And it's 12 weeks. As of right now, no drops, no nothing. It's just 12 weeks of racing. If you don't make them, I mean, it happens. It happens in real life. It's just, this is a series that we kind of put together. It's on a Wednesday night, kind of get people together. And I personally, I think this is going to
129 cars,
give
129 tracks.
it's going to give people a chance that maybe don't tune, maybe don't do well in race cars, a chance to maybe to shine in this. Um, Everybody has the same. It's the chaos. Everybody's gonna have the same chance at every car. It's not a lot of time. It will be BOP'd, so no wide bodies. You can put aero on, but it's gonna not help you at all. It's just gonna be for looks. Um, and like I said, every car is there available to be purchased if you don't own it already or have wide bodied it, and now you need to, get a new one. Um,
Well, it
I think
certainly
it'll be.
sounds like. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I think it'll be fun.
Oh, I think it's definitely going to live up to its name, Streetcar Chaos. So that's going to be an awesome series. We're looking forward to starting on Wednesdays. That will correspond with our WISR Manufacturers Cup series. So that's what we've got going on. That's our next two series. It's going to be kicking off. Both of those are going to be 12 race series. That we're expecting that we're going to have a lot of good driver turnout, a lot of good fun racing with a great atmosphere, and just really excited to get it kicked off and get it going.
And we really need everybody in the drivers meetings, especially for the manufacturers cup, because there is some stuff we go over in that is going to come into effect with racing multi-class.
Absolutely, absolutely. And everybody, hopefully, if you're watching this, you've got access to our Discord channel. You can find any and all information at our WISR Discord page. There are multiple tabs that have every kind of rules breakdown, our drivers, race night procedures, what we expect of our drivers, as well as our penalty system. So we encourage everybody to make yourself familiar with that and prepare yourself as much as possible. We try and run this as smoothly and as professionally as we can. We've been at this for 3 years now, so we feel like we've really got it, our rules and procedures nailed down well under our belt. So just make yourself familiar with that. Anything else you guys want to add really quick before we sign off for the week?
If it isn't answered on the Discord, send a message. Ask. We all answer it. I mean, there's 5 of us, so one of us will get to you and answer it. Everything should be on there, but hey, we are who we are. We all have lives outside of this, and we do miss things. So the big thing with manufacturers, though, that we did not touch on that we have to, is whatever car you race that first night is your car for the season. Your manufacturer for the season.
Your manufacturer.
Yeah,
you can change. Absolutely. You can run either Porsche or either Ferrari or either Volkswagen or Peugeot, any of them that have multiples, but you pick that manufacturer. That's your manufacturer.
Great point. Great point. Thank you for bringing that up.
So pick wisely.
Pick wisely. Very, very. I don't know that any truer words have been spoken in a WISR before a WISR race series yet, but it's going to be a lot of fun, especially with the manufacturers cup. I think you're going to have cars that are going to excel at certain tracks, but the way that the track selection was done, I don't think we're going to have one particular manufacturer just completely, blow everybody else out of the water. Of course, you're going to have a bunch of guys running the Porsche, a bunch of guys running the Ferrari. I'm sure we'll see some guys in some BMWs. There may be another surprise or two. You never know what people are hiding. Maybe a Renault or who knows, maybe in a Volkswagen. But it's going to be a fun season. I'm really excited, ready to get it kicked off. I know everybody else has been sitting on pins and needles. We've been getting a lot of messages these last 2 weeks. So seems like a lot of people are ripping their end to go. That being said,
we will have trophies too made up for the top 3 in 3s and 4s. So
That's awesome. Well, guys, as always, been a lot of fun chatting and catching up on what we've got going on, and we'll have a much different conversation next Wednesday night. We'll have our first
Yeah, because we'll
Mega
have 2
Practice
races to
Cup
cover.
winner. And yeah, the first night of our street chaos. So it's going to be a full week of racing next week, and it should be a full fun filled show. But thank everybody for tuning in. Hope to see you out on the track soon. Again, thank you, Rowdy and Russ, for joining us. And we will catch you out on the track. This has been the Cool Down Lap.